Vayigash. And he came near. God's trumpet call presence, encounter the living Messiah. Joseph tests his brothers. At the end of Parsha Miketz, we read how Joseph manipulated events to test his brothers. He hid his silver goblet in his brother Benjamin's sack and then accused him of stealing his goblet. Joseph wanted to see how his brothers would react. He wanted to see if his brothers would save their own lives, leaving behind Benjamin, just as they did to him by abandoning him. The test was to see whether they would break their father's heart again. After accusing Benjamin of theft, Joseph offered to let the other brothers go back to Canaan if they would let Benjamin behind as his slave. In the event the brothers decided not to abandon Benjamin for slavery in Egypt, then they have repented of what they have done to Joseph and they do not want to bereave Jacob again. This way, Joseph would know that they have repented and their hearts had changed. In Genesis chapter 44 verse 2, we find Joseph's instructions. And put my goblet, the silver goblet, in the sack's mouth of the youngest, and his own money. And he did according to the word that Joseph had spoken. The Hebrew words, basil he, is speaking of the goblet of Yeshua. What is the goblet of Yeshua should we be looking for? Should we look for the goblet that he used at the Last Supper, a cup that is plain and ordinary, or is it the cup of suffering, death on the cross that he would be required to drink from? Joseph tests his brothers. The Torah portion begins with Judah's response to Joseph's test. Judah courageously drew near to the Egyptian governor and begged for mercy. Judah said, "What shall we say to my Lord? What shall we speak, or how shall we clear ourselves? Elohim has found out the iniquity of your servants. Behold, we are my Lord's servants, both we and he also with whom the goblet is found." Verse 16. The iniquity was having sold Joseph, their own brother, to the Ishmaelites. Genesis chapter 37, verse 28. Then Yehudah approached Joseph and said, "Please, my Lord, let your servant say something to you privately, and don't be angry with your servant, for you are like Pharaoh himself." Genesis chapter 44, verse 18. Only two sons were born to Rachel, the bride of promise, Joseph and Benjamin. Both sons have messianic implications. When the goblet was discovered, his brethren were unwilling to surrender him. In Genesis chapter 43, verse 8, Judah personally guarantees the return of Benjamin. In verse 32, Judah said, "For your servant became surety for the lad." To my father, the Hebrew word for surety is Arab. In this parsha, it is the masculine singular form. It has a numerical value of 11. 11 is associated with Yeshua. The masculine singular pledge is Yeshua. If the letters are rearranged, the word Ra'av, which means famine, hunger. It was because of famine Joseph's sons were in Egypt. Judah is the fourth son of Jacob. His birth order alone connects us to Messiah. The number 4 aligns us to the first Aleph Tav. Judah is spelled Hudha. This name contains the tetragrammaton. The Hebrew word Yod-He Vav-He is a placeholder for the name of Yehudah. The name Judah also contains the Dalet. The Dalet is the fourth letter in the name of Judah. The Dalet is the fourth letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Meaning of the letter is interesting. In Paleo-Hebrew, it is a door, meaning to enter or pathway. Yeshua is the door. John chapter 10 verse 7. So Yeshua said to them again, "Truly, truly, I say to you, I am the door of the sheep." Also refer Luke chapter 13 verse 25 and Revelation chapter 3:8. Judah was the guarantor of Benjamin's salvation from physical slavery for his father Jacob. Another messianic connection is found in the numerical value of the name Judah, which is 30. Yeshua was the guarantor of his father Jehovah for mankind's salvation from spiritual slavery. Revelation chapter 5 verse 5. The ancestors of Yeshua is Judah. Revelation chapter 5 verse 5. But one of the elders said to me, do not weep. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has prevailed to open the scroll and to loose its 7 seals. Also, this confrontation between Joseph and Judah symbolizes the confrontation between the 2 royal houses of Israel. Judah represents the kingdom of Judah and the Davidic monarchy, also called the house of Judah. Joseph represented the kingdom of Israel under the kings of the north, Ephraim, and the house of Joseph. Tribe of Judah is symbolized by a lion. Tribe of Joseph is symbolized by an ox. Judah speaks for Benjamin. The Lion of Judah symbolizes the Davidic monarchy. Ox symbolizes the house of King Jeroboam of Ephraim, who was the first king of the northern kingdom. Isaiah states in Isaiah chapter 11 verse 13, then the jealousy of Ephraim will depart. Of whom did Isaiah say this? He could only have been referring to Judah and Joseph. While Judah and Joseph were arguing with each other, the ministering angels said to each other, come, let us descend and see the ox and the lion fighting each other. It is natural for an ox to fear a lion, but in this case, the ox and lion fight one another continuously until the jealous between them depart at the coming of the Messiah. Midrash, Tanchuma, Vayigash, Fu. The sages applied this concept to the ultimate king, King Messiah. They discerned that just as the nation divided into 2 kingdoms, ruled by a dynasty from Judah and a dynasty from Joseph, they could anticipate 2 distinct messiahs, one from the tribe of Judah, Messiah ben David, and the other from the house of Joseph, Messiah ben Joseph. According to Jewish teachings, the lion, Messiah ben David, will fulfill the prophecies of Messiah's triumph, and the ox, Messiah ben Joseph, will fulfill the prophecies that predict a suffering Messiah. Then the prophecy in Isaiah chapter 65 verse 25, it says, the lion will eat straw like the ox will be fulfilled. The 2 stakes. The Torah portion hints towards the ultimate redemption when the spiritual destiny of the Messiah ben Judah draws near to the spiritual destiny of Messiah ben Joseph. In Amos chapter 9 verse 13, it states that, behold, the days are coming when the plowman will overtake the reaper and the traders of grapes him who sow seed. According to the Midrash, the plowman and the trader of grapes symbolize Judah, corresponding to the spiritual destiny of Messiah, son of David. The reaper and the sower of seed symbolize Joseph, corresponding to the spiritual destiny of Messiah, son of Joseph. In the Messianic era, Judah will overtake Joseph, which is to say, the Messiah ultimately comes from the tribe of Judah and the house of David. This hints towards the unity of Judah and Joseph in time to come. Judah drew near to Joseph that no heir can come between them. Genesis Rabbah chapter 93 verse 2, quoting Job chapter 41:16. The deed of the fathers are portents for the sons. Likewise, the deeds of the Judah and Joseph anticipated the deeds of King Rehoboam from Judah and King Jeroboam from Joseph. But the secret meaning of the passage is that there will be peace and concord between Messiah, son of Joseph, and Messiah, son of David. Chen 5. Mistakes. The reconciliation between the house of Judah and the house of Joseph is found in Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 15 to 28, which is also the Haftarah portion for Parshat Vayigash. The prophecy of Ezekiel depicts the house of Judah and the house of Joseph as two separate sticks. Prophet Ezekiel combines the two sticks, and they become one stick in his hand. This miraculous sign indicates the unification of two kingdoms in the final redemption. It also indicates the unification of Messiah ben David and Messiah ben Joseph into one single man. Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 24 states that, "My servant David will be king over them, and they will have one shepherd." That is to say, instead of two kings ruling over two kingdoms, one Messiah from the house of David will rule over a united Israel. God will combine the triumphant conquering Messiah ben David with the suffering Messiah ben Joseph into one single Messiah. A single king from the house of David, representing both potentials, will rule the kingdom of Israel. Like a shepherd over one flock, this alludes to the Yeshua in whom the suffering Messiah ben Joseph and the victorious Messiah, son of David, are reconciled.